welcome to CJoy Yoga. This is going to be a little ditty for our neck and shoulders, upper back region. So we're going to start standing in Tadasana, standing up nice and tall, letting those feet root down and letting the crown of the head reach up towards the sky. And then keeping the face forward the way it's facing right now. You're going to go ahead and you're going to let your right ear drop towards your right shoulder. So again, I'm not turning my chin down nor up, it's straight forward. And I'm starting to feel that left back side of the neck. Now there's a couple of ways I can amplify that if you're not feeling much. You can take your left fingertips and reach them down towards the ground. And that might start to stretch that just a little bit more. In this next one, before you just put the hand up and crank on the head, let the head push into the hand first. So if you do bring the hand up onto the side of the head, again, the first action is for me to push my head into my hand, right? And then my hand pulls back down. So it's called an isometric action. And the action doesn't happen so much between the head and the hand, but the neck muscle gets stretched a little longer. If that doesn't feel good, you just leave that hand down. Take an inhale and exhale there. Go ahead and release the right hand down. Inhale gently, bring the head back up. Keep the face forward, left ear towards left shoulder. Take your right fingertips potentially and reach them down towards the ground. And again, just take each stage. Don't be in a rush and quick like whoop everything in and try to go to the deepest place. I think you get the deepest when you go nice and slow and you add on in increments, right? So I'm reaching my fingertips down away, my right fingertips. I'm gonna bring my left hand up potentially. And before I move anything, I move my head into my hand and then my hand will pull against that. So again, I'm protecting my neck from going too far in, but still amplifying the stretch in the outer right neck. Inhale. Exhale there. Release the left hand down. Inhale, let that head come back up to neutral. For this one, we're going to let the chin come down towards the chest. And then let the chin lead the way. The chin is going to reach over towards the right shoulder, and my head will turn, and it's like I'm looking down towards my right shoulder. For this one, again, those left fingertips can still reach down and away. And for this one, if you want to go to that next stage, you're going to bring your right hand onto the front of the left side of the forehead. Go ahead and take an inhale, and as you push the hand and the forehead into each other, you can let that elbow, that right elbow, just very gently move just a wee bit back without the left shoulder being pulled forward. Inhale. Exhale. Soften. Release the hand down. If it's up, let the chin roll all the way down towards the chest, and then the chin is going to roll all the way over towards the left shoulder. The first stage, well, this is the first stage. The second stage is to reach your right fingertips down and away. Third stage, if you're feeling it, is that left hand comes onto the front right forehead, the side of it. And as those two push lightly into each other, that might be plenty, or maybe that elbow, that left elbow moves just very gently, very lightly back a little further. But again, don't let the right shoulder pull forward. Inhale. Exhale there. Go ahead and release the hand down. Bring the chin back down to the center of the chest, and inhale, come all the way back up. Might feel nice at this point to take a couple of shoulder rolls. And then the next piece is we're going to go ahead and we're going to crunch those shoulders up to the ears and really tense our shoulders, and then sigh it out. Let them whoop down, right? Inhale, crunch them up, and exhale, let them come on down. You can even breathe or sigh it out of your mouth if it helps. One more time. Inhale, go ahead and crunch them up as tight as they can, and then exhale, let them soften down. From there, we're going to go ahead and we're going to let going to go from this way, figuring it out. Let the right arm reach out, let the right thumb turn down, and then from there you're going to go ahead and you're going to let that hand reach back, my palm away from my spinal column as I bring my hand onto my low back. And even if you're someone who goes up, go there next. Don't go there immediately. I'm going to show you the side view now. So you have your right hand behind you, right? You're going to keep the sacrum where it is. Don't let that push you forward, but you're going to go ahead and you're going to push the sacrum and the hand together and see if you can flatten that right scapula, the shoulder blade, onto the ground. That right arm, shoulder, should start to move just lightly back behind you, starting to get to the front of that shoulder line. Go ahead and take one more breath there, inhale. If you want to creep that hand up, you can creep the hand up a little bit, but don't let the shoulder roll forward. One more breath for everybody. Inhale. And exhale. Release that arm out and down. Notice the difference between your right shoulder and your left shoulder. Reach the left arm out. Turn the thumb down. And then from there, you're going to go ahead and you're going to bring that hand back until it comes to the low back. Standing up nice and tall, I push my sacrum back into my hand. My hand pushes forward into my sacrum. And I try to release my left shoulder back behind me, left shoulder blade down the back. Right? I'm trying to open up the front of that left shoulder. And breathing while you're there, take an inhale. And at this point in time, if you want to creep that hand up just a little bit, if that's available, just don't let the shoulder roll forward. Take one more breath, everybody. Inhale. And exhale there. And then go ahead and release that and let that come on down. You might want a couple of shoulder rolls in between. The next one is going to be interlacing the hands behind your back. So if that's not available, you can always grasp thumbs, right? Or you can grab a strap, a belt, a scarf, and you can have a little bit wider of a girth between the hands, right? So for the interlacers and the thumb claspers, we all stand in Tadasana, but for my interlacers and my thumb graspers, again, right, I push into my sacrum pushes back into my hands, and now I try to get both shoulders to go back at once, similar to the action that we just did. And I might just stay right here, and that might feel like plenty. Keep the frontal hip points pulling up so you keep the low back long. And I might, maybe, start to straighten my arms and reach my knuckles down towards the ground. And I might not, right? If that changes my shape and rounds me forward, I definitely wouldn't. If I'm doing that so aggressively, I'm shortening my back waist and diving into my low back, I might not do that, right? And I'm going to breathe no matter what. Inhale. And then with the exhale, go ahead and release the arms, but try to keep some of that work in the upper body. And then from there, we're going to inhale. We're going to reach the arms out and up. However wide they want to be is totally awesome. Exhale, turn the palms down and push down through imaginary water. We're going to do that 2 more times. Inhale, reach those arms out and up. And exhale, reach those arms down. We're going to add on this next time. We're going to inhale, we're going to reach the arms up, and then from there, you're going to go ahead and you're going to bring your left hand onto the right arm, and you're going to try to rotate that arm, literally rotate it in the socket so the bicep comes closer to the face. Let that shoulder soften down into the socket, bend the elbow and bring the hand down like you're going to pat yourself on the back. And then that left hand, if it can come on up and your forearm can come above the head, awesome. If not, you can leave it down in front of you, right? And I'm going to pull that elbow up. So for my hypermobile people, right, I'm not trying to jerk in and I'm not manipulating my rib cage. I'm just trying to get the elbow to reach up. So don't be an over-sensationalist, right? And get nice and tall. Inhale. Some of my friends might be a little further forward if you've got a tightness you're working with, an injury you're working with. And you're going to reach that arm up. And go ahead and we're going to reach the other arm up. We're going to go right to the other side. So you're going to go ahead and you're going to bring your right hand onto your left arm. And again, you're rotating that in the socket and softening the shoulder into the actual ball down into the socket. Yeah? Bend the elbow like you're going to pat yourself on the back. And then the right hand might be able to come up to the elbow. It might stay lower. But the right elbow is now going to start to work up to the sky. Again, be careful of manipulating the left rib cage. That should not change at all. It's literally happening at the shoulder joint through that line. I call it the armpit line. And go ahead and take one more breath. Inhale, standing nice and tall. Watch what's happening with the head and the neck. And with the exhale, we're going to go ahead and reach both arms up. Inhale, tall. Exhale, bring those arms out and down, and just notice any sensation happening anywhere in your arms, your neck, your body right now. We'll do one more, and then we'll call it a day. So for this one, you're going to reach your arms out to the side, and then you're going to go ahead and give yourself a hug, and you're going to let your right arm come over your left arm, right? And for some of my friends, we might just stay right here. We'll walk our hands back like we can grab the inner edge of our shoulder blades. And some of my friends, keeping the elbows crossed, might be able to bring their hands up, and you're going to let the left hand come around and grab onto the right thumb-ish, somewhere in that realm. It's not exact, right? And I keep those hands pushing into one another, keeping the upper trapezius, these guys, right between the neck and the shoulders, keep them down, and maybe the elbows are going to lift up a little bit, maybe not, and if they can't do it without the upper trapezius lifting, don't lift the elbows, it's not worth it. And then from there, I might let the forearms come out away from my body a little bit till my forearms are parallel to the wall in front of me. And if you're in a park, parallel them to a tree. Take a breath, inhale. And with the exhale, go ahead and release that. Let that go. Inhale the arms out to the side, crossing the arms, bringing the left arm over the right and hugging yourself. Walking your hands back like you could grab the inner edge of your shoulder blades and staying here if this is where your work is. And if you're feeling a stretch, why would you go further? You might bring those forearms towards each other. Wrap your right hand around to grab onto the left thumb-ish area, right? And then without lifting the upper trapezius, I might lift my elbows up slightly. And then I might let my forearms move forward until my arms are parallel to a wall, whether that's imaginary or real, that's in front of me. And then go ahead and take a breath. Inhale. Exhale there. And go ahead and release that out and down. Take a couple of shoulder rolls. And just to be official, bring your palms together at your chest, close your eyes, inhale, get taller. Exhale, bow your head towards your heart, and honoring the light that shines within, namaste. Thank you very much. I hope you feel a little freer in your upper body.